Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, Hut, welcome back to the Baseball Hut. Hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So as we wait for the second game in the Milwaukee series, we're getting close to the end of the season. Mets are in a virtual tie with the Diamondbacks and the Braves for the last two wildcard spots. The Mets have one game up in the loss column to the Diamondbacks as well as the Braves. And Mets have the tiebreaker against the Braves. Against the Diamondbacks right now. And if the Mets tie with the Diamondbacks, the Mets will go to the postseason. I would mention the Diamondbacks lost last night. Diamondbacks have 88 wins. The Mets need to win one more game, and the Diamondbacks need to lose 2 games for the Mets to go to postseason. So that's what the Mets need to do. But if the Mets win this weekend, the next 2 days, then the Mets will go to postseason. It won't matter what the Diamondbacks do, because even if the Diamondbacks, well, we'll see. But that's what's going to happen. Hopefully the Mets win today. I'll have a video after the game and talk to you all, and hopefully the Mets will get the win. They need to play a lot better against the Brewers, and they need to pitch much better than they have. And they need to do a much better job of scoring some runs. You cannot have J.D. Martinez and Jesse Winker in the lineup at the same time right now. They've not hit much. 0 for 35 for J.D. Martinez in his last few at-bats, and 0 for 16 for Jesse Winker. That's a major problem. This was going into yesterday. So that's a major problem for the Mets right now. You can't have 2 guys that are supposed DHs and guys that are there to hit, not hitting. And it's the worst time for this to happen, but let's leave that as it is. But this video is about Juan Soto, who's going to be a huge topic once we get to the end of the regular season and of course, after the postseason. Hopefully the Mets go on a postseason run here, and we won't have to talk about too much of this as we get closer to November. But here's from SportingNews.com. Headline, Mets predicted to sign 4-time Silver Slugger to near record deal. Well, the big record deal is what Ohtani got from the Dodgers, but the New York Mets might have to play a doubleheader against their division rivals, Atlanta Braves, the day before the playoffs start in order to determine the end to their regular season. That's a possibility. But the fact that they are even in a position to play for the postseason is worth celebrating. That is very true. The Mets said they were going to compete for a playoff spot, and they've done that. That's just a matter of just winning today and worry about tomorrow. They have exceeded most expectations this year, surging to a winning record thanks to surprising contributors and contributors up and down the roster. I'll get it right. And the future could be even brighter. Team owner Steve Cohen, known for his willingness to acquire the biggest stars at any cost, could see more than $175 million clear off the payroll for next year. That payroll, which would be Max Scherzer coming off the payroll, Justin Verlander coming off the payroll, and believe it or not, James McCann is still being paid as well. Bleacher Report's Eric Beeston predicted that investment could come in the form of a mega deal for slugger Juan Soto, who's set to become a free agent after this season with the New York Yankees. Quote, the crosstown Mets should also be considered players for Soto as they look to build on an extraordinary turnaround this season, Beeston wrote. Adding Soto's bat would give even more pop to an offense that can score runs early and often, while there is room for him in the outfield alongside Brandon Nimmo. Of course, as a 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 4-time All-Star, and 2-time All-MLB first-team member, Soto will command a major contract. He's widely projected to earn more than $500 million in his next deal and could approach $600 million. The Mets could be one of only teams willing and able to offer such a deal. Prediction: Soto takes the 7 train and a near record deal across town to the Mets. Beeston added, for his part, Soto is currently more focused on a deep playoff run with the Yankees. The team just clinched the AL East title, and anything less than a World Series championship would be disappointing. Given their success this year, the Yankees will certainly be in contention to secure his services going forward. But the Mets have emerged as a serious threat. Early hints suggest the Mets will indeed play for Juan Soto, John Heyman reported for the New York Post. Now, I would mention that not only with the $175 million coming off the books, there is a possibility that Pete Alonso may not be here. The Mets may go a little bit more inexpensive route than Pete, because Pete's going to get a big contract. I believe that the Mets will probably look to trade Jeff McNeil and offer his second half. It's a shame that he got hit and had his wrist broken in the last month. But he is a guy I see him getting moved. His contract is not crazy. It's about $15 million over the next 3 seasons. And I believe that he could get moved. And I think his value has gone up to where it was prior to his, prior to his being so bad over the last year or so. Also, I expect the Mets will move Starling Marte on the walk year that he has. I could see the Mets eating some of that money and moving him somewhere. So that would be another player that could go. So this is going to be a very different team with the Mets next year. They have a lot of young players in their middle infield that need to play. We have, of course, Mark Vientos, who probably should be the third baseman going into next season. There is so much talent on the Mets coming up. Guys that are going to be everyday players, not necessarily impact players, but guys that are going to be everyday players. They need to have a chance to play on the Mets next year. And it'll be interesting to see how they maneuver the money and this thing with Soto and Pete Alonso. And the Mets are going to be in on the big pitchers like Snell and, of course, on Corbin Burns. But I'll keep you up to date. Obviously, we have 4 games left in the Major League season for the Mets. We keep our fingers crossed. We say our prayers and hope that they get there. And that's it. But more importantly, in the long-term health of the organization, the Mets are in great shape. A great owner, great front office, and a very good manager at the helm. So the Mets may have hit gold with all 3 spots finally after 40 years of a mess, and even actually longer than that. But we'll see how this all transpires. And the second the Mets season is over, hopefully not until the end of October, we'll jump right into this. And I'll have videos about Juan Soto and all the other free agents. So this is the channel you want to subscribe to. This is also the best Mets channel on YouTube. This is also a Mets fans channel and the best podcast on the internet. Don't doubt me. It is the best. And I'm not just tooting my own horn. It's the truth. So thank you for watching this video. And of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.